Hello and welcome to another iPaceOwner breaking news, and today we bring you news of the model year 21 changes for the Jaguar iPace. Now this is quite interesting. There's quite a few changes under the hood. It's not really a facelift, although there are some changes to the look of the grille at the front. A few bits and pieces on that, which I'll cover that later anyway. And there's a new bright pack as well option, which we'll talk about in a little while. But the key thing that has changed is that they've actually finally added three-phase charging as an option. You'll be able to go up to 11 kilowatts on AC with three-phase charging. Now, most houses in the UK only have single phase, and you'll still be able to do your 7.2 kilowatt on that. But if you happen to be in one of the countries where three-phase is common, which is mostly Europe, for domestic charging, this will be a big boom for those people. It'll effectively half the time that they're taking to charge their car overnight, so yeah, it makes it feasible to charge an iPace overnight on three-phase. It's limited to 11 kilowatts. It won't get any higher than that, which is a shame. It would have been nice to have 22 kilowatts, but I understand part of that is to do with packaging of those chargers, that it's very difficult to get that into the iPace body as it currently stands, and they haven't made major changes to that. The other thing which is changing fairly drastically is the new entertainment system. So we've gone from the Touch Pro Duo to a new one called Pivi Pro. This came out a little while ago on the new Land Rover, and it has some really nice new features and some of the stuff we've been crying out for as opposed to the Control Duo. Basically, it's a lot faster. Screens are similar, all the same sizes as before, but they've got basically a new, faster processor under the hood, which means it loads up almost instantly, it's responsive, and it can do some extra stuff. Now, for example, it's got the ability to have a dynamic updating navigation system, which can do all the things you want to be able to do in an electric vehicle. Find the nearest charger, add them dynamically as you're routing. I know we can do that now. It'll be interesting to see if they've improved the source of data for that, but it does sound really good the way it works. And certainly some of the images I've seen look good, as you can see. Now, the other thing is that it's now got a dual modem embedded SIM with 4G data plan. No longer will you have to have a SIM of your own or use the UBG SIM. It will come with that. Now, the connected services seem to be limited to 1 year free, and then you have to pay for them after that. Can't find out how much that will cost. I know there is a charge if you want to use this internal SIM as a hotspot, which is actually from year one. You have to pay for that right up front. I believe it's £250 as well, which seems quite expensive, but we'll see that. But this is really quite good in some ways, because it means nobody's going to have to get a UBG SIM, get another SIM, plug it in. It's all just going to work from day one. That's connectivity. There will also allow up to 2 phones to be used at the same time for phone calls and receiving phone calls, etc. I think you probably only receive one at once, but you could have them both connected at the same time. It's also going to come with embedded Spotify built into the system, which is really nice. No need to have an Apple CarPlay or Android Auto to use that. It's just going to be there. But you're still going to have the option to use CarPlay or Android Auto. There's a new optional clear sight rearview digital mirror. This is basically the thing which fits in the radio fin on the top of the car, the camera pointing backwards, and then you can see it in your rear view mirror. One of the nice things about this is it's almost totally connected, so it's not actually going through processing, so it's basically lag free, which is really good. So yeah, that's nice to see that coming in. The other thing which they've added is better carbon air ionization. It's got PM 2.5 filtration capability. That's going to be standard now, I believe. So yeah, that looks good. Then there's some design changes, and we've got this little Atlas chrome finished grille pins as standard, and an enhanced paint palette, and I'll show those now. You've got a new blue, a new red. Interesting looking colours, which is good to see. And then finally you've got this bright pack option, which is quite interesting. It's going to add to the ability to have chrome everywhere basically on it. It looks quite fairly bling, but if you like that sort of thing, it's good. And they've enhanced the black package as well, that it's now got the ability to have a blacked out logo on the back, which is quite nice. So yeah, all of those I think are really good. One other thing that has changed is you can now get 19-inch wheels for the iPace, and 19-inch will now be the standard on the S model, the base model. You still can buy the 18-inch wheels if you want that extreme economy that people seem to be able to get on the 18-inch wheels, but I think 19-inch may be a nice compromise between a look a good look and also having that reasonable economy. And I might have made that choice if I'd had the choice between 20-inch and 19-inch before. They've also said they've enhanced the software over-the-air capability. It's going to be able to do battery management, and charging can be updated remotely. I'm not sure if that's already been added to the new older iPaces yet, but it certainly was being planned at one point. So all in all, quite a good update. Now I actually looked at the configurator, and there's a couple of things in there which caught my eye. Firstly, now there's a very confusing upgrade option which says that you can add twin front cup holders and lid for an amount of money, £50 I believe it is. But actually, in fact, that is not the twin cup holders, because how would you take those out? It's basically just the cover, so very confusing option that. One other thing I did notice is there's now a no badges option, so you can actually have the iPace with no badges at all. But this is all good. We're going to discuss this a bit more later on the iPace driver show with myself and Abu Dhabi Dude. We'll go through some of these options in a bit more detail. But all good. I think it's definitely a significant upgrade, not total facelift as I say, but certainly significant, and I like the look of it.